Alright guys, well I already recorded this video once. I uploaded it last night, and now some interesting facts have come up. I got a few things wrong and some things have changed, so it's definitely worth re-recording even though it's the middle of the night right now. My wife is probably screaming in her head that I need to come to bed. So, long story short, Black Myth Wukong. All the reviews are out. This is a game that's been massively anticipated by a lot of people, and of course we've seen the games media rallying to try to stifle this game's popularity as much as they can. So we saw this article from Niche Gamer back in June talking about how there was an attempt, allegedly by a DEI consulting firm like Sweet Baby Inc., to extort Game Science, the Chinese developer of Black Myth Wukong, for about $7 million. Now, the reality is we cannot prove these allegations, but it tracks with what we've seen. Because if you go back to November of last year, IGN was trying to slander and go after this studio for being toxic and sexist and misogynistic, and claiming that they had a horrible workplace as far as like their treatment of women, and that their views of women is just pathetic and backwards, and how they're all just a bunch of evil toxic males. Long story short, IGN allegedly misinterpreted a lot of the references that they tried to translate, didn't get some of the cultural nuances apparently, didn't understand some of the euphemisms, and just painted them in the worst possible light that they could. Which kind of tracks for what IGN is and what they've become. Fast forward to today, all the reviews for Black Myth Wukong came out. Pretty much everybody gave it like a 9 or a 10. IGN gave it, I would say, a respectable 8. But my only problem with IGN giving it an 8 is the fact that they give things like She-Hulk and Willow, those two terrible Disney Plus shows, 8s and 9s. And then they give Stellar Blade a 7, along with Flintlock Siege of Dawn, despite the fact that nobody's playing Flintlock and massive amounts of people bought Stellar Blade. So if you just compare Metacritic scores alone, it's apples and tuna fish. I mean, let's be fair. IGN is not going to give a game that has fan service or has players excited about it a 10 if they have an ideological axe to grind with the studio. So, of course, Kotaku then had to chime in and said, okay, so here's a summary of all the reviews so far. Ironically, Kotaku had to give a review of the reviews because they didn't get a key for the game, apparently. Imagine being so horrible, so terrible at your job, that IGN, who attacked the developer with that claim, that story back in November of last year, they still got a key to review the game, but Kotaku is so mistrusted or distrusted at this point in their career and their established, lifespan, that nobody even wants to give them a key for their game. So now we have this article from Tech Radar, one of the few outlets to give them 3 out of 5 stars, by this person, Alicia Haddock. Alicia Haddock decided to give it a 3 out of 5, and you can see this person here is a wonderful green-haired. I'm surprised the nose ring is missing, but they got the green hair to go with it. They, them, writer of games, films, and culture, worked at Letterboxd, Crunchyroll, GameIndustry.biz, The Verge, you name it. And of course, in the article, they go after Black Myth Wukong for, again, these allegations of sexism and misogynistic remarks against female players. Just rehashing and regurgitating the same IGN article we've seen before. And of course, Alicia Haddock, when you click on the link in their Twitter bio, please do not harass these people. That's not the point of this video. They're the absolute lunatic left-wing journalist type that you'd expect. The blog that they have on here is just unhinged weirdness. I don't even want to go into it now. I went into it in my previous attempt at this video. But I got some stuff wrong. I believed that she was the one, or they, or he, or whatever this person's preferred pronouns are, were the ones that wrote the Screen Rant article that we're going to get into in a second. Turns out it wasn't. They worked for Tech Radar. Now, the Screen Rant hit piece that Old Man Grimm has steered me toward as far as the correct author, so shout out to Old Man Grimm, I appreciate you, man, has some very interesting factoids attached to it. And we're going to get into that in just 1 minute after a quick word from this video's sponsor, Instant Gaming. So speaking of Black Myth Wukong, you can save some money right now by picking up Black Myth Wukong on Instant Gaming. They have got 24/7 support as well as a 4.7 out of 5 star on Trustpilot. So they are completely trustworthy. You cannot go wrong with these guys. You can even get early access pre-orders for things like Warhammer Space Marine 2. If you feel so inclined, Star Wars Outlaws. I know there's going to be some people watching this video who are probably still going to pick that game up. Even things like Lollipop Chainsaw and all the upcoming games that are available for pre-order. Make sure to also check out in the link for this in the description down below. I still have my community giveaway going on through Instant Gaming. Whoever wins can get whatever key they want for their choice of game and whatever platform they want it on. So there's a no risk giveaway. You just sign up for the website. It's free to enter. You don't have to purchase anything. So massive thanks to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel, and back to the video. So Screen Rant's article, written by the Screen Rant team, as you can see here. It's not written by a person, it's written by a team, allegedly. Well, that's what we're going to get into, because this is a very weird developing topic. They decided to also give this game a poor review, saying that the Souls-like action hype train is a little off the rails. Well, if you look at this right here, the reason that they say this is because the pros and cons list that they have listed. Pros are combat is fluid and fun. Well, that's always good for a Souls-like game. Cinematography can be breathtaking at times. Great diversity in items and mechanics. Cons, game performance is unpolished. Okay, fair criticism, especially on PC, especially without that day one patch. So, you know, maybe shave a half a point off for that. Lacking in inclusivity and diversity. It's a frickin' monkey. You're playing a monkey in a monkey game, fighting animals and monsters and demigods. Why on earth would there be diversity or inclusivity in that? And gameplay becomes repetitive over time. Again, I think repetitive gameplay and a gaming performance being unpolished are much bigger issues than lacking in inclusivity and diversity. Now, again, when I thought this was Alicia Haddock from Tech Radar, I was like, okay, well, they're just a weirdo lefty that makes sense. Well, it goes a little bit deeper than that. So if you go to the actual author of the article, it's Samar Abedian. Now, again, they have removed this person's name from the article. I guarantee they still work at Screen Rant. It's not like they fired her over it. But Smash JT had an article talking about this, and a guy says it gets even better. They turned the comments off on the review on their site. So you can see right here, note the author's name has been removed for their safety. I don't know who's threatening this person. Don't threaten people. But again, a lot of times they say people are threatening people without any receipts, any proof. But just don't do it, okay, guys? Note, the studio behind Black Myth Wukong Game Science has previously been accused of fostering a toxic environment for its workers. In 2023, there were allegations including sexualized comments against women, misogyny, fat phobia, and more. So again, doubling down on this. But Samar Abedian, I verified as much as I could. I do not know 100% that this Twitter account actually exists, that is actually this person, Samar. But we do have same profile picture as the account she has on Screen Rant here, where it says she's a senior staff writer. When you click on the LinkedIn, though, it takes you to a 404 page does not exist. So this person has legitimately nuked their LinkedIn because of this article. Again, I have no way of knowing for sure when the LinkedIn was deleted, but I would assume it happened over this article because within a few hours, they removed her name from the article and she is essentially in hiding. Now, you could say, okay, well, she's being harassed. Well, that makes sense. You know, clearly she feels like she needs to hide, but I think it goes much deeper than that. On her Twitter account, and I don't know if this account will still exist tomorrow, guys, so I'm hoping it's still here. She has a link to splendidcommunications.com, where she is a PR intern, essentially, is what she claims she is if this is her Twitter account. Splendidcoms.com is a consulting company, okay, based in London. They have all sorts of stuff on their blog about equity, diversity, and inclusion, about LGBT this and sexuality that, and all the usual neurodiversity crap that you'll see. We're here and we're queer too. All the same garbage you're used to seeing. And on their LinkedIn, it says, Splendid Communications, brand stories for the real world. It used to be that a loud voice and a decent ad spend was all you needed to get your message across. In today's fragmented world, the only way to project a consistent message is with brand stories strong enough to remain intact wherever they are told and shared. We call our approach people first creativity. So they are a marketing and social media management company, I guess, as sorts. That their specialties include communication strategy, public relations, branded entertainment, event management, branded content, SEO, social media, research, influencer marketing, you name it. All this stuff. I was telling my wife, I don't understand how there are so many companies that exist for no reason. These people, none of them should have jobs. In all honesty, because this company it seems like it's a company that doesn't need to exist. But when you look at their Twitter account, they've worked with Doritos, they've worked with Burger King, they've worked with everybody. But I don't understand why they even exist in the first place. And for some weird reason, Samar, the staff writer at Screen Rant, who thinks that a game about a monkey needs inclusivity and diversity, is allegedly a PR intern at this company. Like, holy crap, guys. these people, these woke activists, they don't just have their one job where they work at a company like this and they feel like they can push their agenda on people through their marketing and stuff. She's also working as a freaking staff writer at Screen Rant, where she's injecting all of her personal beliefs and ideology into everything she does, because that's all these people know how to do. But I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. I think this is a really interesting development in this. Again, please don't go harass this person. This is just for your information's sake, not to send people to target people. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Let me know what you think about all this, and I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.